have that. So boom, go ahead and hit that and we will get off to the races. Welcome everybody. Summer retention workshop time. And so it being, the time that a lot of people leave, I wanted to arm you with the tools you need to get ahead of it. I always believe in being proactive, not reactive. And so we got to do it now. This is the time, because you wait any longer and you're going to feel the effects. And so I'll start it off by sharing a concept that I learned actually from Ed Mylett called the 90-day echo. And so the 90-day echo pretty much explains that what you do today will show up 90 days from now. So like we'll be right, in the middle of summer, we'll be in the thick of it and it'll be too late. But also it goes the other way. Where you are today is because of what you did 90 days ago. So what you did in January and February is like where your business is today. So you're always living in this 90-day echo. And so essentially it's because a lot of the things we do in business, there's kind of this slow ripple effect. Like it takes a while to show up. And retention is unfortunately one of the slower things in your business, because you can fix sales today. You can say, I'm going to make 200 phone calls. I'm going to send text to 2,000 people. I'm going to post on social media and I'm going to fix this sales problem. And poof, sales appear because you put so much energy into it. And it's this dopamine rush and it's gratifying and it happens fast. Well, you can't do poof things for retention. You can't say, I'm going to do this, this, and this all today. And now retention is 100%. It's stuff you implement and it starts bleeding into culture and it starts appearing 60, 90 days from now. All right. So that's the first thing I want to frame you guys with, is like what I'm going to teach. It won't fix it tomorrow, but if you stick with it, it will show up. And that's our goal, right? Is to have retention solved all year long. And so I'm going to dive into this. We're going to go into this presentation. I did it in Canva to make it visually appealing for everybody. And if you do got questions, guys, drop it in the chat. I am checking it regularly for y'all. So welcome, summer retention, how to get your clients to stay, pay, and refer. Let's dive into it. I know you guys have heard all these excuses, because I have too. And that is, I'm going on vacation. The kids are out of school. My routine is interrupted. I'm going to take a break from the gym and just enjoy my summer. I don't got any childcare. I'm off work. I'm a teacher. So I'm just going to go out and play. I'm going to try working out outside and get out of the indoors, et cetera, et cetera. Raise your hand if you guys have heard some or all of these excuses yourself, right? Okay. So these are the excuses. And so I jokingly call summer Christmas Junior, because it's the second harshest time on the fitness industry. Christmas, we know, is the hardest. Holidays, people just check out. They want to go eat their cookies and their hot cocoa. Well, the summertime is painted with, cool drinks and ice cream and, just playing outside. And so the thing is, your business does not have to suffer like it does in Christmas time. You don't have to face Christmas Junior. And that's what I'm going to talk about. So first thing, before we go into the actual things that you can do, I want to share this with you guys. And that is the biggest vision wins. Okay. So in sales, the person is trying to tell you all the reasons your program won't work. Your session times don't fit. I don't think I'll get here in time. You're out of the way for me. The sessions are too short. The sessions are too long. I'm not in shape enough yet to work with you. They're literally casting their vision of why this isn't going to work. And on the other side, we're casting the vision of how it is going to work. Don't worry, we'll guide you. We'll show you how to do the exercises properly. Hey, just make an effort to get here. I know there's going to be traffic, but just make an intention to get here. Just show up 3 times a week. And so I'm doing that reverse everything that they're telling me. But the thing is, at the end of it, when a decision is finally made, it came from the person who had the bigger vision. And so if the client's vision is bigger than yours and it swallows yours up, they win. If your vision is bigger and you make it more exciting and you sell them on this new life, your vision wins. And now you sell them and make them into a client, a customer. So the reason I'm bringing this up is, what vision are you casting for summer now? Are you making it sound like a can't miss time of the year, right? And so you have to sell your vision for the summer. They don't know what you got planned unless you tell them. So if you don't share that, they're going to think about their individual summer, like what they got planned and their family vacation. You need to show the bottom right picture. We got all this fun stuff planned. You're going to miss out. Don't miss out. This is the can't miss time of the year. And you should strategically plan things that only happen once a year during the summer, so that if they do cancel, they do freeze, they miss out on it and they're going to have serious FOMO. So that's how I want you guys to look at it, is make the summer vision huge, make it exciting, make it can't miss. That's why, you know, again, movies, why do they strategically roll them out during the summer? They say, what's our big summer blockbuster? Because they know kids are home from school, parents want things to do, and it's the strategic time they can make the most money. While we're on the other side, we're thinking, is this the time I'm going to make the least money, right? But it's because we need to release better trailers. We need to put in better actors and actresses and just make our movie at the gym seem more exciting, our summer release, right? So that's how I want you guys to think of it, all right? So here's the agenda, what we're going to cover, guys. How to keep your members engaged, events that people actually want to attend. There's a lot of events that people attend and then it's, you know, a bomb scare, nobody shows up. I don't want that for you. Hidden reasons that people leave that you might not be seeing. And then finally, the tools to fight back against cancels and freezes, all right? So this is essentially everything we're going to talk about, all right? So first things first is the one thing that drives retention, all right? And that is engagement, all right? What is engagement? I'm going to talk about that because, again, that's a term we throw around a little too loosely, but no one's really defining it. But it is the thing that drives retention. Disengaged people leave and engaged people stay. So the name of the game, if we really want retention, what are we saying? Yes, we're saying we want to keep people, but how? The word is engagement. So everything you plan should have one goal, and that is to engage the client with your business at a deeper level, right? And so I'm gonna break that down step by step, but that's the first aha I want you to have, is like engagement is what we're chasing. That is how we keep people in the summertime. So, oops, I went backwards. The first one is going to be planning a member challenge. You might think that this is crazy. Who's going to sign up during the summer? They're actually saying they want to cancel and freeze, but I'm going to tell you why it's a great idea. All right. Spending is a form of engagement. So when we talk about how do we engage people with a business, well, we tell them to give the business more money. All right. So if you like a business, you spend more. So you go to the drive-thru and they say, do you want shaken fries? Like they're upselling, you're going to spend more, right? You bought the iPhone. Do you want the case? Hey, you bought this car. Do you want the nice little covers that are going to go on the floor? They're upselling you and they're getting you to spend more. And it shows that you care more about your purchase. You're more engaged. If you don't like a business, you look for coupons. You look to spend less. Maybe you just don't even go to that business at all. And so not spending money at a business is showing disengagement. So here's what you want to do. You want to get your clients to commit to a member challenge. All right. A member challenge is a fee on top of their membership, which I know it sounds crazy that why would they do this when I'm telling you, Dustin, they want to leave. Well, you're going to lock in your people. All right. Because the people who pay are paying attention. And so what a lot of gyms are doing during the summer is, hey, just keep your dues going. Just keep your monthly fee going. And we're just going to keep giving you the same thing we give you all year round. And that is not an exciting vision. That sounds boring. That sounds like Netflix telling me we're not going to add any new movies during the summer, but we want to charge you the same, right? I would rather they raise my fee $1 and release a ton of new movies and TV shows, and I'm excited about using the service. So you want to plan a member challenge. As crazy as it sounds, during the summer, we're doing one called the 8-week summer shred. And so it's more accountability. There is nutrition, but we're also going to build in fun food. You're going to be able to have ice cream and go out to eat. We're going to loosen up on the weekends, but we're going to go hard outside of that. And so that is what we want to do, is plan a member challenge. You can choose how long you want it to be. Do you want it to be a month? Do you want it to be 6 weeks? Do you want it to be 8 weeks? But we're doing an 8-week summer shred. All right. And so it's essentially engaging them through spending, but you're also locking in them into retention. When you've ever run a member challenge, have any of those people ever can't put in cancellation notice, right? It rarely happens. Maybe it's never happened. Those people are engaged. They're saying, I want to be here. And so that is one of the things that you want to run this time of the year, to lock in the retention and to get them to show they want to be part of the gym. All right. So I would plan it, guys. Honestly, my suggestion is you plan it after Memorial Day. It could start sometime in June and then carry through to August if you do an 8-week. And so that is essentially something the members want. Don't they say, people say they want to get leaner for summer? Don't they want to get bikini ready, beach ready? So it's like, you're hearing a problem, and everything you sell in your business is to solve a problem. So if you hear that's a problem, you hear it's an opportunity to make money, And guess what? If you do get some cancels or freeze, this money will counteract those losses and you'll come out on top, right? So that's exactly why I want to say this is the first thing. Okay. The next is, well, before I go on, let me actually back up. Are there any questions from everybody here regarding a member event? Or sorry, a member challenge. We're going to get into a member event next. We're good? No questions? Okay, press on. So the next is a member event, and this is different than a member challenge. A challenge is going to be, again, going all in on your training, going all in on your nutrition for a specific amount of time, being held accountable, being asked to weigh in, getting on the InBody machine, whatever you got, but like they are paying for that level of attention from you. So make sure you got the team dialed in to provide it. Next is a member event. And so these are things that you can plan that are just like get-togethers, but I don't recommend doing them for free. I actually believe you should charge. And so this is, again, showing engagement, they're spending. It doesn't have to be a lot of money, even $5. It will ensure they will show up. People don't want to lose money. So just putting a small registration fee, but attendance is another form of engagement. You probably have noticed that when clients stop showing up to sessions, they end up putting in cancellation notice because they're not attending, they're not engaged. And the people who are coming 5 days a week rarely cancel, right? Because they're getting the most out of the service. So attendance to sessions is definitely something that you want to pay attention to, but you as a team want to make notes of who's on vacation, who said they're going to be in and out. Let's not bother them because we're probably going to pester them to the point where they are going to freeze or cancel. So let's pay attention to who said, hold me accountable this summer. I don't want to go off the rails. You want to send out a survey and ask who wants more accountability during the summer. Everybody who responds, guess who you got the right to sell your 8-week shred to, right? They all just told you in that survey, I want more accountability in nutrition, or you can post it in your members group. But first ask who wants this and see what the demand is. And then now you have the open door to sell them. But, again, going back to events, these are some fun ideas we've done and we have planned. So number one is a family movie night. So if you guys work with a lot of moms like I do, they need a night that they can, come and do something with the kids, or if you even are willing to do childcare and let them leave their kids and they can go have date night. But what we do is we put up a projector, we play, a movie that's family friendly, The Greatest Showman, a Disney movie, something, and we provide the popcorn. And then we just tell them to bring blankets and pillows and the kids can wear PJs. And we just have a movie literally showing in the gym. Here's what happens. The moms go to the back of the gym and they drink wine and they talk and they just have social hour. And the kids have a laugh and they're eating popcorn and they watch a movie. But like, you want to provide solutions. And so, a lot of these towns, like they have movie night in the summer that they show movies. Well, do that in your gym and do it for your members, right? So that they're like, I don't want to miss these awesome movie nights. I want to keep my member on file for the summer. We also have done a beach or lake workout where you just show up, bring your block rocker, bring some music, have a fun workout, no equipment. You could do just body weight. We also recently partnered with a nearby, I forgot the name. I'm having a brain fart, not a bar, but like a place where they make beer and stuff on all that, brewery. So they had IPA and Namaste was the name of this event. And so they had a brewery and they basically did yoga in the morning and then everybody had a beer after, or I think it was the afternoon. I don't think we were drinking in the morning, but yeah, it was the afternoon. And then they had a beer after. And so that was on our calendar. And then another one was a cornhole tournament, $5 to enter. Then we made brackets. We let people pick like fun team names. The winning team takes home the pot and gets all the money. So these are things you can do where, again, there is a fee. There is $5 to attend the beach workout or the cornhole tournament or to, for the movie. But like people who sign up for these events are not going to cancel. But my thing that I want to mention is make sure you show them the whole summer. Don't say, here's what we're doing in 2 weeks. And they don't know what you have planned in June. They don't know what you have in July. They don't know what you have in August. You should plan out a summer calendar. You should print it and give it to all your members so they can put it on their fridge. And now they're like, these are my summer plans. I'm not going anywhere. And the best part is you're not really competing with your fees because you're keeping all the events low cost, right? Like if I do all of these, I'm spending a total of $20 or $30. Like that's not a lot of money to go to your, IPA and Namaste, to go to cornhole and go to the movie night. That's that, right? So again, question for you guys. How often are you getting your clients together outside of workouts, right? That is a form of community, but they kind of need to show up sometimes, not in workout clothes, and just hang out and be people and talk about what they're doing and how their life is going. And so it's your job to connect these people and get them all together so that they can build community and relationships. And so what I would say is the top performing gyms that I have worked with and seen, they minimum get their members together quarterly, right? Once every 12 weeks. Low performing gyms that are not having as much success, I tend to find out that they only have 2 gatherings a year. Sometimes they don't do any. They're like, we just run sessions and that's all we do. We don't really have any of this community stuff. So if you see that, guys, as a pattern, make note that more gatherings is more gym success, right? We honestly, I'll show you guys in a sec, my full 12-month calendar. We have something every month. We have a challenge or a member event or some sort of fun, engaging competition in the gym every single month. Every month you have something new, so you'll never get bored. So I'm going to show you guys next my 12-month calendar. But before I do, any questions you guys about member events specifically? Good. All right. So this is my 12-month calendar. So I'll move my little bubble out of the way. So we got Battle of the Coaches. This is kind of like the clients, again, they pay into it. I think it's $10, and then they are broken up into teams with coaches. And then there's things they can do to earn points. So it's coming to sessions, losing a pound, referring a friend, posting on social media. We have a star board, and basically we track their stars, and the team with the most points every Friday, that team will be put into a raffle to win a gift card. And so essentially for 4 weeks, they're competing, and every week the slate gets wiped clean and they can restart. And as a team, maybe they could try harder if they didn't try as hard week 1. And it's just this fun battle of the points to just give your team, your clients, gift cards. So again, small fee, $10, lots of engagement. Summit of Champions is kind of like a version of CrossFit Games. We just have like all these workout challenges planned. Some of them are individual, some are team. And so again, we have like medals, and that one's $20 registered because you get a t-shirt. Walk This Way. This is a super low hanging fruit one. We just challenge everybody to walk 10,000 steps a day for that entire month. And you have to pay in to be a part of it. And then you have to screenshot your end of day steps and put it in the members group. And then we basically take all the prize money, and then whoever can do 10,000 steps every day, they all get put into a raffle to win a portion of the prize money, or you can do gift cards. So it's just a great, like, this is a great one in the summer because people want to get outside, right? Tough Mudder, pretty self-explanatory. We just do a group. That one we charge over what their fees are. I think they're 60 or 75. We charge 100 because we also give them a custom t-shirt with our gym brand logo and the Tough Mudder logo on it. So that is that. Suns Out, Guns Out. That's kind of the old last year's version of the summer shred, but it was an 8-week challenge. And so we're doing a summer shred this year. Kicking It with the Fit Fam is an outdoor event where we're going to get together and play kickball. That seems to be a pretty easy sport that people of all physical capabilities can do. Everybody can walk up a couple steps and kick their foot. So that was something we do in the summertime. Then we're in California, so we got the California Cut Down Challenge. We'll do later in the summer, like late July or August. Then we got Raise the Bar. This one will also be 28-day versus the first one will be 8 weeks. So this is a shorter member challenge. Raise the Bar, we do a powerlifting comp. And I was honestly anti this because I didn't think it was the right clientele, but I was surprised it was super popular, at least 30 to 35 members enrolled, and they competed for squat, deadlift, and bench press, and they had an amazing time. Honestly, the biggest pain in the neck on this is you got to bring basically your whole staff in to load and unload plates off of bars quickly for people, so you're not spending all day there. Little Black Dress, you guys have probably seen a lot of gyms run this, but essentially they try to lose 1 to 2 dress sizes in the period of that challenge, and then you have a big challenge party at the end. That one's always a huge smash hit. Hanging at the Bar, this is one we're doing this month. They just hang after their session's over and you stretch them out. They hang on the bar for the time that you set. So first week we do 30 seconds, then we do 45, and then 60, and then 90 seconds. We've all probably heard that joke, hanging out at the bar, not that bar, you're going to hang here at this bar. So they just dead hang for time. and everybody who can complete it goes into a raffle for gift cards. That one is non-paid, so that's the only non-paid one. Battle Buddy, essentially they partner up and then they hold each other accountable to work out. Whatever day both buddies show up for a workout, they can write their name on a ticket and they can put it into a drawing, and then we draw gift cards. That one is a $5 buy-in. And then Plank Wars is also a $5 buy-in. We just have people take photos of them doing crazy plank photos, put in our members group, and we pick the categories of the funniest one, the most creative, and I think the most difficult and challenging one. And so these are all ways we keep our members engaged, but you see it's all 12 months of the year. So this is a good one. If you haven't already, take a photo of it, and that way you can save it. I obviously am going to send you guys this replay as well. But essentially plan things to keep your members engaged, interested, talking about what's going on at their gym, talking about it with other members, having a laugh, taking photos. If it just starts to settle into we just show up and work out, that's where you start to see more cancels and freezes, right? So it's got to be workouts and fitness and results and fun. That's where people want to go and work out. If it's just serious, you're going to lose a lot of people, right? So that is that. Any questions about any of these?
Dustin, can I ask a question?
Yes, of course.
My question is, there's the buy-in. Do you ever get clients saying stuff like all they want is money from us, or everything is paid? That's my biggest fear, is when I do things, is constantly asking for money. Do you find there's pushback with that, or it's so low that they don't even care?
No, we really try to price it so low that, the challenges are definitely an extra fee, but that's where you can tell them that you're basically eating more payroll to give them more service. And so no one's forcing them to join. It is completely a thing where they can choose or not to choose to join. But yeah, these ones where you can, buy in for $5 or $10, we almost never get pushback. And we want it to just be so low risk that we get a lot of people to sign up, because it's not honestly about making money. It's just literally for engagement. And like I said earlier, spending equals engagement. Well, even if I'm paying my $150 a month to you and I just drop an extra $5 to you, that's me signaling, I like your company. I like what you're doing here. I want to support. I want to be part of your events. You should be worried if people are saying, I don't want to give you extra $5. That's almost a red flag that the person's not valuing the business. We all pay extras. It's like Starbucks is 60 cents to put almond milk in now. Like there's upsells everywhere you go. And so you got to pretty much know that that's something you got to do to keep your members engaged these days. Does that help, Nikki?
Yes, that does. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right, we're going to press on to the next topic, and that is the feedback form. All right. I hope you guys have a feedback form. If you don't, I'm going to help you out and give you the exact wording to put on your feedback form. But here is the truth. Okay. No feedback holds the team back. All right. That's a writer downer. If you don't know that already, no feedback holds the team back. So we recommend sending it the 2 times of the year you anticipate a lot of freeze and cancel requests. So that is May before summer and November before the holidays. And that is your time to take action on everything that your members are saying they want to see some changes in, or they want to see improvement. Like, what a great time to make things better so that you can get ahead of this, right? So I only have a 6-question feedback form, because I've noticed when I put less questions, I get a higher take rate. When I make it complicated, put a lot of questions, I get a lower fill out rate. So I want more people to fill it out. So it is 6 questions. I'm going to give you guys the 6 questions on the next slide. But here's what I want to tell you guys. Take fast action on the feedback. The worst thing you can do, and what signal you're sending to your members, is when you send a feedback form and nothing changes. I don't know if you guys are following Airbnb, but they literally just did an update. And one of the things that I loved on the video is they said the people's feedback, and then they said their answer to it. They said, you said it's harder to find, 1 month stays. So we've added 1 month stays, on our search bar. You said it was a pain you have to pay up front. So we launched payment plans. You can now pay down your Airbnb over 6 or 8 weeks. And so when they put that, it showed us, the people, they're listening. And I now want to fill out their feedback form next time they send it out, because they actually take action on it. So I would call it out in front of your members. Hey guys, the feedback was awesome. Here's what we heard. Here's what we're doing. say it publicly, announce it to them. So they say, oh, they pay attention, they care, and they take action. This is awesome. I'm going to fill it out every time. Right. So take action and announce it to them. And basically the final thing I would say is I'm very type D. I'm Mr. Like, I got you got problems. I got a solution. I'll fix it. But if you're like me and you tend to jump into solutions too quick with your team, I would ask you to put a sock in your mouth, to bite and to fight, wanting to answer it. And first, when the feedback comes in, let your team say what you think you should do, right? Because if you jump in, you're basically telling them not to think or to be a problem solver and that you'll always save the day. So let the feedback come in, print it out, sit with your team. Let's review it, team. All right, so this is what we got told to us. What do you guys think we should do? And people are more bought in for their own ideas versus when they have to deploy somebody else's idea, right? So if you say, I've read the form, I got the solution, I know what we're going to do, and I say we're doing this starting next week. Again, you probably got team members that want to help and they're going to be team players, but there will be naturally a little bit of resistance because it's kind of like mom and dad telling you what to do. So if you've picked good team members and you've educated them on how the business works and you've coached them up, they should come up close to what answers you would say. And if they don't, you could kind of give them some coaching, but let it come from them, right? Let them have the answers and say, oh my God, I love that idea. I was thinking the same thing. Let's do it. Can you take point on that? Can I trust you to take that to the finish line? And now you're learning to delegate too, because guess what? People don't feel as much pain in being delegated something when they thought of it versus something just came out of nowhere from the boss. And oh my God, don't you know I got so much on my plate? Well, it's funny that doesn't get said if they thought of the idea. They're like, oh yeah, I'll do that, no problem. So that's just a little leadership lesson that I've learned through the years. Let them answer first. Leaders should answer last, right? Let everybody else answer first after you read the feedback. All right, so here's the actual questions, guys. Another great slide to take photos of. By the way, if this is awesome, I would ask you to post it on your Facebook, your stories, on Instagram, take a photo, just say, hey, Dustin's bringing the thunder today with the summer retention workshop. I'd appreciate it. And so this is your feedback form questions, okay? 6 questions, but they work like a charm, all right? So here they are. Who is the main coach you work with? Because sometimes someone could be upset and we need to know, who is the person that's, really guiding how they're feeling, or they could be very happy and we want to know which coach is making them happy, right? So it goes both ways. Who's the coach you work with the most? Sometimes if you got, again, multiple team members, we just want to know who they exposed to the most. What does your coach do well and what can they improve on? I put on mine in parentheses, this will be shared with the leadership team only. And I do cut out these because this is something for me to coach them out on. So what does your coach do well? What can they improve on? If I feel like it's worth them, seeing or reading with their own eyes, I'll pass it along. Sometimes if it's a little direct or harsh, I might protect the team from that and I might deliver it to them with not so much harshness. All right. Number 3, what do you like best about the workouts and what can we improve about them? Number 4, please share your feedback about the facility. Sometimes it's not about the workouts, it's about the cleanliness of the facility. So I put in examples, cleanliness, the equipment, the lobby, the bathrooms, you can put whatever you want, but they're rating the building now, the facility, not just, so sometimes they might say, man, there's all the cubbies always get full. I wish you guys could get some more cubbies, or sometimes the bathroom's not dirty, or there's nowhere for me to sit and chat after a session's over. And so you want to hear these things, right? So you can fix them. Are you getting results from your program? You might even change it to our program, but are you getting results from your program? What can we do to get you better results? You might even change that to what can your coach do better to get you better results, right? But essentially you're just looking for feedback. This 6th one I used to not have, and I called it the game changer because a lot of good ideas came from it. And so it just goes like this: time to be creative. Do you have any new ideas to share that can help us improve our service? Be bold and think big. And that it sounds like super basic, but I'll tell you, a lot of members have brought me some really killer ideas that I deployed. And again, it did not come from me or my team. And so they're customers. They probably have an opinion, but we don't stop and ask them, right? So I would say definitely put that on your feedback form, and then make a deadline. Tell everybody, hey guys, I need this by next Friday, whatever, and then plan a time in your meeting where you guys review it and you guys talk about it. And again, let them lead. and then you follow. So that is the feedback form, a great time to do it. I would get this out ASAP because, like I said, this is a preventative measure to the summer freezes and cancels. And we all know that kind of kicks in a little bit harder when kids come out of school or Memorial Weekend. And so this is something that I would say is urgent on your to-do list. All right. We're going to move on, guys, to hidden reason number 1. Okay. Things that cause people to cancel that you might not be aware of. And so I want to put it into your awareness. I have 2 of them. This is the first. Okay. So the first is team turnover. All right. So team turnover, they might not put into that feedback form, and you might not be able to connect the dots. But I have always noticed this in my gyms and in other gym owners I talk to. Team turnover equals client turnover, right? They just say to themselves, man, I'm not going to get the same results after so-and-so leaves. You know, this whole gym, I'm done with it now that my favorite coach is gone. And they're just not open and willing to give the new coach or the other coaches a chance. So again, do what you can to keep your best people, because that means you're going to keep your clients longer. Your team is your product. So, you know, again, this isn't me bragging, but it's something that I'm proud of. And that is, I have coaches on my team that are going to hit 6 years this year, 2 of them. And then I have other coaches that are at the 5 and 4 year mark. So like, we don't lose people. Like you, when you join my team, you're here for a while, and that makes me happy because that means they're happy. And that means we're taking good care of them. They're in a good work culture, and we don't have to worry about this. But there was a time in my business ownership and gym ownership that I didn't have such good, you know, people, and I wasn't such a good leader. And so I'm turning and burning through coaches. And then I notice my clients are turning and burning, and it's because they're linked, right? So this is a hidden thing that sometimes people miss. They think it's summer, they think it's the holidays, they think it's, you know, whatever. But did a coach recently leave, right? And then maybe we're not sitting down and asking the clients, what is it they did that was so special that we can do better, right? And so to keep your people, think about these things, right? I'm gonna put my coach hat on, because this is things that I would wish my boss looked at when I was coaching. And then when I became the boss, I do think about it because I was in their shoes. So number 1, consider their session workload. All right. Are you working these people to the grindstone? Are you having them do morning block and evening block 5 days a week? That is a ticket to burnout land, right? People are not meant to work that odd hours, right? We have a very odd business schedule. We don't work, you know, 9 to 5 like the rest of the world. We coach before they're 9 and after they're 5. And so when you have this really spread out hours, you're going to burn people out. So in a perfect world, you have somebody who's just dedicated to mornings and somebody that's dedicated to evenings, and then they have routine and they have structure. But when they got to drive home and drive back to the gym, it's just such a pain, and it really wears people out, even awesome coaches, right? So build a schedule that is sustainable long-term, and they'll stay with you longer. All right. And that was one of the things for me specifically. I had people doing mornings and evenings thinking I'm doing them a service, I'm getting them full time, but I was having people leave very quickly. And when we switched to this, that's where I started people stay for years, right? So basically consider their session workload. It's draining for a coach to run an empty session. So kill off an empty session if it's not going to be popular. If you know the tide changes during the summer, you know, like maybe you're going to have more people in the late mornings and less early mornings because the teachers can sleep in a little. You know, maybe you have your double coaching going on in the late mornings, and then you only got a single coach running things in the early morning. And that way you don't have to have 2 coaches waking up early in the morning if they don't need to be there, right? So think about their workload, kill off dead sessions. You can even, you know, this is also a thing that's worked for us. You can change your session times for a season. Like when you guys are, if you're in a place where lots of people leave or change their schedule during a season, it's okay to change with the season, to say, hey, we're killing this during the winter time because we noticed this time is less attended, but don't worry, I'll be back in the spring. And during summer, we're going to kill this time. So this is our summer schedule. It's okay to have seasonal schedules if you're not making, you know, enough revenue from a certain session time to be covering the payroll of your coaches, right? So again, it's okay to do. Other thing would be rotate the Saturdays. So if the owner can cover for somebody, you know, on a Saturday and let them have a full weekend, if you can rotate your coaches, once you have enough coaches, you know, if you have 4 coaches, that means every coach only has to work 1 Saturday a month. All right. And that's awesome versus, hey, you're all-time Saturday coach and you'll never have a full weekend again, right? So think about that in their session workload. Also thank them privately and publicly. All right. So you want a one-on-one thank them. And I'm guilty of this sometimes, to be doing what I call lazy leadership. I would just give everybody public praise and say, cool, I got all my bases covered. I could get on to my next task. But no one really feels it when it's in a public setting as much as they do in a private setting. So it's good to do both. You want them to get their spotlight in front of their peers and put them on a pedestal, but you also want to say in private a little bit more, of an intimate one-on-one thank you and praise. And I say the difference is between hey guys and hey you, right? And this goes for clients too. Let's say, hey guys, don't forget, no kids on the floor. That's our house policy. I just want to make sure that, no kids get hurt. And then essentially the other version would be, one person had their kids breaking the rule, run on the floor. I go to hey you, so it's like, what should I do in that scenario? Should I do hey guys or hey you? I believe that when you do hey guys, the wrong people are listening. Or sorry, yeah, the wrong people are not listening. So like the person that you want to hear that message, no kids on the floor, is tuned out, and that's why they didn't hear the rule at the first place. They're just not paying attention. They're oblivious. So you have to go up to them and say, hey, you, right? You have broken this rule. I need you to know this. Same goes when you're praising your team. Hey guys, I just want to say you guys are all awesome. The challenge went great. A bunch of people signed up. The clients are saying nothing but good thing. I'm just so proud of you guys, right? Who really feels that versus I go, hey, Josh, you know what? The clients, they keep saying your morning sessions are on fire. You bring the energy. You really check in on them when you can. You make sure to greet them all by their first name, and they appreciate that, dude. So thank you, Josh, right? So like, he's going to feel that way more than the hey guys type of, shout out. All right. So a question from Sarah, wondering your coach to client ratios. Great question. So we have two models. We have boot camp and we have small group. The small group is 1-on-6. We never really double up coaching on small group. And then boot camp is 1-on-20. Once we get over 20, we had a second coach. And so if you think about it, if I had, roughly like 4 stations with 5 people, that's manageable typically for one coach. Once you go over 20, you start feeling a little stretched thin and you can't get to everybody fast enough. Also, I would say consider when you have a big challenge group coming in, I might cut that down even to 15 if I have a lot of newbies coming in on 1 month or 1 week, and I want everyone to make sure they get a lot of attention. So you might staff up and double up your sessions, knowing that you got 20, 40, 50 challengers all coming in, and you want busy and not busy sessions to be doubled up. And then you can kind of revert back to your normal standards then. But that's our coach to client ratio. Is that helpful? Okay, perfect. So other things to consider, again, this is a hidden reason people cancel and leave, is team turnover. Final thing is, do you offer PTO, right? We have, again, you guys don't have to match us. We're a multi-location business. We've also been around a lot longer. And so we're in a good place, financially, but we give our full-time people 40 hours of, paid time off that they can use for vacation time. If they're 40 hours, they're getting 40 hours of that. And then part-time people, we just raised them from 20 to 30 hours. And so they also get, I forgot how many hours of sick pay. I want to say it's 30 hours of sick pay. They get their birthday paid. So yeah, again, this is like, you're like, hey, these guys are taken care of pretty good. That's nice. That's almost 2 weeks of time off a year they can take off and get paid. But that's how you keep people. One of the competitive advantages against another small business is there's zero benefits. They're going to lean towards that. And so especially your high performers, your better coaches, they're going to want to have some sort of benefit. So do what you can. I mean, we started with 10 hours of vacation pay, and that's all we could do, right? So it's like, ramp it up with your budget. But also the final, I guess, lesson I'll pass on is that nobody used it all year. And then the holidays came and like everybody wanted it off, to the point where like we were going to have nobody left to coach. And I was like, we got to plan ahead, guys. We got to make sure that we're not double taking time off. If somebody wants Christmas, then another person has to take another time of the year, and then you guys switch the year after. But like, we gotta kind of work as a team here and cover each other. So make sure it's spread out. Not everyone tries to take it at the same time. The reason also happens at the end of the year is that they didn't use it. It could expire. So then they're like, holy crap, I got to use my vacation pay. Well, it is Christmas time. I'll just take it. And everyone tries to cash it out. So they have to use it another time during the year. I actually encourage people to take it during the summer so that, you know, it's okay that some people take it later in the winter and we're kind of evening out. So it's like, oh, you want to go take that summer vacation? Go take it. Go use your vacation pay. And that way I know not everybody's waiting till the end of the year. So that is on that. Final thing you'll see here, invest in your team, guys. You know, I got Todd Durkin came out and did a team training for us. Jason Phillips, again, we're a multi-location business, but hey, there's power in numbers. I ran a challenge a few years ago where I got a bunch of California gyms to all chip in for a big prize. We did like a cruise giveaway and all this other stuff. And it was 16 gyms came together and we all pooled our money. We only had to put $200 in. So get the other gyms near you. You know, I can give you these guys contact. You want to bring them in, but pool your money and then bring them in and bring all your teams together, right? Think of a way you can do it and save money and not have to bring them in just for your team, right? There's power in numbers. This is something, if you are in California, we are planning some special guest speakers. We used to only privately let our team meet with them, but we're actually going to sell tickets so that we can just, you know, cover the cost and we can have them come in more often. So keep an eye out for that because I'll be posting about that. But invest in your team, get them around experts, get them courses, get them certs, help them to grow. But one thing I would say as a warning is don't do this mistake, which I did, and that is bait and switch roles. Okay, so what does that mean? Hey, I need a coach. Welcome. By the way, can you coach and can you do follow-up? Or hey, I need an admin person. Can you do all the admin? Oh, when the coaches are sick, can you cover and coach? And so like we bait and switched them. You put a job posting and then you now ask them to do something else. And I've even seen this when I hired a coach and I wanted to make them a manager. They didn't apply to be a manager. You're forcing them to be that, right? So it's like, make sure they have the skill sets and the desire to do the job that you want. They might not want to do it. And how do you gauge that? Well, here's the two easy questions. What do they love? Ask them that question first. What gives you energy? What do you wake up and you're excited to do? What do you love doing? And then can you tell me the opposite? What do you hate doing? What drains you? So if the person says, man, I hate spreadsheets and I hate sales, I don't like asking for money, and you were thinking of literally about to move them into a manager position, well, you just saved yourself a ton of heartache by asking that. But if they're like, I love coaching, but you know what? I also love sales and I love talking to people and getting them to make the decision. Again, don't start by telling them, I had you in mind for this role. Now they're going to try to sell you on picking them. First, just kind of go with just a place of curiosity and ask about what they love and they hate and what gives them energy and drains energy. And that helps you to better understand them and what their strengths are and what to delegate to them and what to never give them because they'll do an awful job with it, right? And that's okay. We all have things that we love and hate and give and drain our energy. Okay. Ask for feedback as a leader often. Again, not enough gym owners do that. We need to go to our team and say, where am I blind? What am I missing? What can I do better as your leader? Give me feedback. I'm open to it. And that's something, again, to actively go. And if you expect them to want to give and receive feedback, you have to lead from the front and do it too, right? So that's something I actively do. And then finally, to keep your team from turning over, know their love language. And you can straight up ask them. We literally ask them, how do you receive love and praise and appreciation? And so if it's gifts and they like gifts, you can give them custom gifts and, you know, give them a water bottle with their name and give them gift cards and give them money. If it's quality time, maybe they just want to hang out with you. They want to work out with you occasionally or go get a bite to eat and they just literally want to shoot the breeze and spend time with you. That's okay. Give them quality time. If it's physical touch, I joked here and I said, give them a massage, but not you. You pay and you get them a gift certificate. We don't need gym owners going around massaging their team and getting sued over it. And then words of affirmation. All right. So if you know they love hearing they're awesome, we'll keep pouring that on, pour it on thick and praise them. And here's a great trick for words of affirmation. Sometimes you got to praise their future self, not their current self. So if somebody has really crappy attention to detail, you can praise them on having attention to detail so they step into the identity. You could say, hey, I know sometimes you miss this or that, but I know you got attention to detail in there and you're going to work on it. You're going to get awesome at it, right? And it's the same way you tell a client who's not, you know, eating enough protein, say, don't worry, I believe in you. We're going to find some ways to sneak it into a meal, sneak a snack, and one day you're going to be hitting your protein goal all the time. And so I'm praising your future self, not your current self, right? So that's a great way to affirm your team is like, tell them how they're going to be awesome if they keep doing this. And that way they want to step into that. Final one is acts of service. So again, if somebody's at acts of service, cover them for a coaching block. That would mean the world to them. We paid for a team member to get their car washed. They walked out one day and we had a mobile car wash come on. They're like, oh my God, my husband didn't do that for me. You guys are awesome. These are the things, and, you know, and I said, if you cover their coaching block, also pay them. So it's like a paid day off, right? Or you go give them the massage or whatever. But like, these are the things that you want to learn about your team. Because guess what? If I go to a quality time person and I hand them a gift card, they're like, thanks a lot. And then they're just going to throw it in their wallet and not care about it, right? I have to, if you want your message to get across, you have to send it the way the person wants to receive it, not the way you want to send it, right? So you need to know your team's love language. So again, these are all things that took me a long time and a lot of pain to understand, guys. So I'm not standing on a pedestal saying I'm the best at it, but these are things I've learned to get better at so that I can keep my team and I don't have to worry about team turnover, because that does lead to client turnover. All right. Is this helpful? Are you guys liking this? Let me know in the chat if you guys like this topic. All right. Hidden reason number 2. The second kind of secret reason people leave is it's easy to leave. All right. I'm not going to blast the gym that did this, but they were on my email list. And every time I sent out an email, I got this as an auto reply, which tells me anybody that messages their email gets this message, which is literally an automation saying, if you want to freeze, click here. If you want to cancel, click here. Have a great day. Why in the world would you set this up as an automation? I finally just manually unsubscribed them because I was getting so upset receiving this, but I got this 4 times. Every time I send out an email blast, this came back. And so I said, holy crap, this is probably the easiest way to cancel I've ever seen. I've seen others where somebody just walks up and tells you, hey, by the way, I got to cancel for the summer. And then, all right, I'll go tell so-and-so. So like, we make it sometimes too easy to leave, and you need to build hoops. And here's why. All right, I'm going to talk about this. Part of being a great coach is fighting for someone when they want to quit. It is not a good thing when you let people walk away too easy and quit on themselves. And so I'm totally hearing you guys, if they're moving out of the area, if they lost their job, of course, if there's these circumstances, but if they're just quitting to quit or to have fun during the summer, or there's been momentum and now they're getting, you know, kind of cocky and they think I got it on my own, you need to fight a little bit harder, not because it's about the money, because you care about the person's results and you don't want them to succumb to what you and I probably know is going to happen. They won't come back after summer. They will go through the holidays. They will pack on a few more pounds and they'll be back in your New Year's challenge. And that's when they come back, right? So if you don't want that to happen, then you have to fight and push back a little bit harder on the cancellation request. So my question is, how easy do you and your team give up the fight? When you hear the words cancel, is it the first time you put your gloves down, say, all right, I'll tell the admin so-and-so, I'll let the manager know, I'll let the owner know. And like, there was no fight in you. It's like, man, that's almost embarrassing. That's sad how easy it was for you to give up on me. Or was there a question that felt like, what's going on? Why do you want, why do you want to cancel? And here's the thing, also pushing back on the surface answer, because everybody will tell you they won't give you the actual reason. They'll give you the heartache version, right? It's just been hard. My schedule's changing. We're going through some financial things. Cut the BS. Let's get to the real answer, because if you really wanted this, you'd find a way to fit this in your schedule. So I never take the first answer as the real answer. And surprise, surprise, I always find there's a second underlying answer that why they want to cancel. So never take the surface one, always dig in, ask why, what's going on, and, kind of confront them. And this is uncomfortable because if you guys follow like the DISC profile and how people are, only like 5% of the world is D, which is I am that way. And that's, you can be direct and you can challenge people. Most people, 80% of the world falls as under S or C, which is they run from confrontation. They're not confrontational. So what do you do if your whole team is S's and C's and they're not exactly going to challenge these people and directly confront them, right? We need to build in systems where they're not going to have to be the one, but we also coach them up to know that this is the best way to serve the client. So I actually say we let too many of us switch to month. 12-month contracts help them to change their identity as a quitter. Month to month is the contract of a quitter, right? Whenever life gets hard, just put in the towel, I'll let you quit. You're enabling them. 12-month contracts is I'm committing to you. Are you committing to me? if you want to leave, there will be a early termination fee, but I need your commitment. I need you to know you're here for the full transformation, for the long haul, right? And so maybe there's a slighter discount if they do 12 months and it costs more if it's month to month. That's okay. Charge them 200 for month to month, and it's 168 if they're on 12 month. You can pass that along, but you want to start to fight back against their identity of being a quitter. You want to build their new identity, which is person who's committed. And so letting them walk too easily, in my belief, is another reason that so many people cancel during the summer, is because it's just too easy. Also, a hoop I would add, in addition to 12-month contracts, is requiring an exit interview. So I can't just go put it in the system. You have to talk to the manager. You have to talk to the owner. You have to talk to somebody, because we want feedback. We're not trying to make it hard on you. I just want to hear your feedback and what we can do better. And after that's complete, I can put in the cancellation. But just said, literally, the system doesn't let me until that's complete. So when do you want to do it? When can I schedule it? Right. And so you have to check in with the person and find out, you know, why this stuff is going on. And then if you absolutely have to end up canceling, I do also think you should ask, can I check in with you in 30 days and see how everything's going? And legitimately put a reminder in your system on your calendar to check in. You know, it's worse for a coach-client relationship is you say, I'm going to check in with you in 30 days and you don't. Because then my belief is you don't care about me if I'm not sending you money. And so a great coach would call people and reach out to people that are not paying them if they really care about them. So again, put it, if you're an FPT, a follow-up task, if you use, you know, Google Calendar, put a reminder, check in with this person July 13th, if they canceled June 13th. What's the message? Just be a human. There is no magic script. How's your summer going? Wanted to check in with you. You don't even have to make it just a fitness talk. You don't have to say, how's your fitness goals? How's your fat loss going? They're off the rails. You don't have to ask that and make them feel uncomfortable. They probably won't answer you. Just say, how's your summer going? Just wanted to say hi. Done. If they say, I miss you, I'm definitely coming back. That's great that they say that. But like, that wasn't my intent. It was just to check in. It was to be a human and be authentic, right? So that is the two hidden reasons, guys. It's team turnover and making it too easy to leave with your contracts. Some tools. I didn't get to finish out with a photo here, so forgive me. But number one, make it hard. Put the exit interview as a requirement, okay? Change the contracts, 12 months, and an early termination fee, all right? And so essentially, if somebody backs down, they're like, oh man, you guys do contracts? You're like, yeah, how do you show up at the altar? Do you ask them, you know, is this for life? You know, like, can I put this ring on the weekdays and take it off on the weekends? Like, I'm going all in on you. Like, I'm not here to be doing speed dating with clients. I'm going all in. So if you're ready to, you know, go all in with me and do this 12-month commitment, I'm ready to go all in you, get your results. But maybe the things you didn't do in the past is because you had one foot in and one foot out, and you were worried about, how do I get out from the beginning of the relationship? Is that how you should enter any relationship? Is what's the exit plan? So I was like, why are we talking about exit plans, right? So again, guys, I know I'm a little bit more comfortable saying these things. These things I'm telling you, I'm literally say to the clients, but it's why I had an 82% closing rate for years at a time. But I know not everybody's wired as me. So I'm just saying, find a way to say this in your words, in a way where you're saying, why are you thinking like this already? Why are we starting the relationship with you thinking about leaving? What, have I done something wrong? And you could kind of make it a little bit more humorous. Like, do I smell? Is this place, you know, kind of weird? You know, you could kind of break the ice, but challenge them to change their thinking. You're literally changing a human's identity. The identity of an emotional eater, the identity of a quitter, the identity of one foot in, one foot out. That is not just like some legalese in your contract. That is hard behavioral change. And it starts at the beginning, which might be at the contract signing. It's changing their identity. And then you're changing it at their session. You're changing it with every interaction. And you're slowly influencing this person's identity to shift to that of a fitness person, because they do not identify as that. And so that's why, again, these are the tools that you got to put in place. And then finally, I put here was cast a vision. We want to cast a vision of all the fun stuff we're doing this summer. We want to make it sound can't miss, but we also have to cast a vision of who they can become and their dream goals. And that taking 3 or 4 months off will not allow us to get there. In fact, it's going to make things harder, because now we got to restart on habits. We got to restart our workout habits. We got to restart our diet, and it's starting from zero. And so let's not have that momentum interruption happen. Let's keep going, but let's alter, because guess what? Life will keep throwing curveballs. The game is not to figure out how to be fit in a perfect schedule. The game is how to be fit in a crazy schedule, because your life will always be crazy. There will always be something going on with the family, with work, with the school, with seasons, with rain, with snow, with taxes, with the government. There'll always be something. So we can't be quitting at the first sign of tough times. We have to push through it. And we got to learn how to be healthy through the difficulties that life throws at us, right? So if I can cast that vision, is that person saying, great talk, Dustin, I still want to cancel. Go ahead and put in my cancellation. Or they're saying, oh my God, you're right. Why have I been thinking this way? I do need to change my thinking. Go ahead and keep my contract on file, right? So that's the part of casting that vision. Has this been helpful? I guess give me a thumbs up, drop a comment. Good. All right. So final thing, guys, before I let you get out of here, if you haven't heard, today is the deadline to join the Fitness Empire Mentorship. This is your last call to join. You could do it at yourfitnessempire.com. First question I always get, what are we going to learn? All right. So here's what you're going to learn. We have the whole 12 months outlined, but I just want to give you the first 3 to kind of get your mind chewing on something. Okay. First is we are doing marketing and follow-up to a point where you are guaranteed to get 100 leads every month. That is our goal, and that is what we're teaching. I just did my first training on this yesterday. The whole month of May is on marketing and follow-up. So you've only missed one call, and we do them every Thursday, and this is the deadline, is today. Okay. Number 2 is vision that energizes you and your team. This sounds like hokey pokey, mission statements, core values, vision. This is so lame, Dustin. But I'm telling you, a lot of businesses are not growing because they don't know where they're going. And you need to have a specific, clear vision, where you're going to be in a year, where you're going to be in 3 years. What is your goals for this month? What is your goals for this quarter? We have to outline them all so that we can repeat it to our team. We can repeat it to our clients. It could be in our marketing. We can repeat it to ourselves. We want to be saying it over and over and over again, because that's the fuel that energizes your team and you to wake up and do these things, right? Otherwise, it's just tasks, it's jobs, it's mindless, it's boring. We have to know, what is the vision that these tasks are feeding? And so we're going to dive into that in month 2. And then finally, month 3 is time management. So you can control your calendar like a boss, like a true CEO. Too many people wake up and let the day attack them. We want to show you how to wake up and attack the day, right? You don't have to sit here and answer all these messages and emails coming in and be the bottleneck to your business. We're going to show you how to delegate and build leaders and assemble an actual team that removes you from the business. Not so that you can just, be goofing off and kicking back and drinking a beer. It's because you actually can be a CEO asking, how do I take care of this business? This business is my baby. This business is now my client. Kind of like my team's taking care of my clients. I have to serve this business because it feeds everybody. I'm feeding a lot of mouths, and it's my job to make sure this business is healthy, right? That's what a CEO does. So that's what we're going to be covering, guys. And we're going to talk about other things. We're going to give you clear targets every month, what you need to do with a deadline. And there will be accountability. A lot of people in business, really feed off of accountability. Like your clients do better with it. I bet you're going to do better with it. So you're going to have business accountability rather than weigh-in accountability. You're also going to have a community of gym owners. And guys, it's $10 a day. But I will tell you right now, me and Matt have agreed. We are charging too little for this, and we are going to double it on the next enrollment that we open in 6 months. So you will be 6 months behind this first group, and you'll be paying more. And it's because we're just bringing the fire every single time. We just said this is too low, $10 a day. So it's almost like our founding memberships of this mentorship, and your business will be bigger than when you started with us, guaranteed. And so we even have a 10x guarantee. If you don't see 10x the value in the first month, we will refund you your money in full, and you get to have stayed in it for the whole month and got all the value we dropped. So bite the bullet. It's $300. There's nothing to lose. Jump in, get the value, learn from us, and take your business to the next level. All right, guys. So again, it is deadline tonight, last call. And so I'll be putting this up on social media so everybody's aware, but I'm giving you guys on this call the first heads up, yourfitnessempire.com. All right. So as we wrap up, any questions about anything Summer retention related, because I want to help you guys as much as I can so you don't have a painful summer. You have a great summer with people that are sticking around, and in fact, growth during the summer is my ultimate goal for you. So any questions regarding summer retention? Good. Nikki's saying awesome. Carol, question. With the mentorship, does it coincide with our marketing team? Can you explain that a little bit more? And you're on mute, by the way. There you go. Boom.
And mute, is that okay?
Yep, go for it.
I was just curious because we do have marketing support, and I was just curious if like what you guys show us is that something we're gonna be able to bring with to them, where they'll be able to kind of like go with it
Absolutely.
at the same time.
Yes. So basically what it is we're showing you what's working for us and that we're seeing. And I'm bringing all my knowledge from what I see across all the gym reinforcements gyms we're servicing. But basically we're just showing you how to spread your ad spend and how much you should put into like your main offer. If you're selling a trial or challenge, how much you should spend in other areas that are basically list builders using lead magnets. We're providing you lead magnets and we're telling you how much money to put into this. So it'll absolutely match with what you guys are doing on your own. You're just going to hear ideas of what's working at our gyms and across other gyms, because our ultimate goal is every month in the mentorship, we permanently solve a problem in your business and then we move to the next one. So our goal for this month is get you 100 leads every month without any problems, so that we don't have to worry about that when we move to the problems of month 2. It's just a guaranteed thing that will happen. So that's what we're teaching on, how to make it guaranteed every month, 100 leads, no questions. And that was, I did mine yesterday and Matt's going to do his the next week of how to have those 100 leads. Cool.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yes. All right. Any other questions, guys? Summer retention or mentorship related? We're solid. All right. I'll send you guys the replay. Have a great Friday. Have a good rest of your weekend. If you're interested in the mentorship, join by tonight. Bye.